Students, let us continue the topic. So in previous class we have studied what is atomic mass and molecular mass. So once again I'll explain briefly. So what is atomic mass? Atomic mass equal to, it is the average mass of one atom of element to the, it is average mass of one atom of element divided by 1/12th mass of C12 isotope. 1/12th mass of C12 isotope. So here this 1/12th mass is nothing but it is 1 AMU. So therefore, so here atomic mass can be defined. It is the ratio of average mass of one atom of element to the 1/12th mass of C12 isotope is called atomic mass. So we also studied that atomic mass has no units. It is a comparison value. Since atomic mass has no units, because it is a comparison value, we have gram atomic mass is also called gram atom. So what is gram atomic mass? This is also completed. Gram atomic mass. So gram atomic mass is nothing but if the atomic mass of any element is expressed in grams. If atomic mass of any element is expressed in grams is called gram atomic mass. Right? So therefore, for example, atomic mass of hydrogen is 1 AMU. The atomic mass of hydrogen atom is 1 AMU. Therefore, its gram atomic mass is 1 gram. Similarly, atomic mass of helium, let us take helium atom is 4 AMU atomic mass unit. Therefore, its gram atomic mass is helium equal to 4 grams. Therefore, gram atomic mass should be expressed in grams. Then gram atomic mass is equals to 1 gram atom. This is we'll study later. So therefore, moreover, write you can one point here. Gram atomic mass is equals to 1 gram atom. So therefore, gram atomic mass equal to 1 gram atom. Next, so we have studied molecular mass. So molecular mass also same. So what is molecular mass? Molecular mass is equals to, here average mass of one atom we have taken. In molecular mass we take average mass of one molecule of compound. It is average mass of one molecule of compound to the 1/12th mass of C12 isotope. Therefore, molecular mass is equals to, it is also similar. Molecular mass equals to, it is average mass of one molecule of compound. It is molecule of compound, there is one atom of element. That is the difference. So divided by, it is 1/12th mass of C12 isotope. This 1/12th mass of C12 isotope, which is equals to 1 AMU. Now similarly, like similar to atomic mass, molecular mass also has no unit. Therefore, we have gram molecular mass. Therefore, what is gram molecular mass? So gram molecular mass is nothing but if molecular mass of any compound is expressed in grams. So therefore, if molecular mass of any compound expressed in grams is called gram molecular mass. For example, molecular mass of oxygen. So molecular mass of oxygen is 32 AMU atomic mass unit. 32 AMU. Therefore, the molecular mass of oxygen is 32 AMU. Then what is its gram molecular mass? Its gram molecular mass is equals to 32 grams. Therefore, then molecular mass is nothing but, gram molecular mass nothing but if molecular mass of an element expressed of compound expressed in grams is called gram molecular mass. Okay. Next, but here most important is how do you calculate molecular mass? This is our important question. Then calculation of molecular mass. See, molecular mass can be calculated by adding the atomic masses of individual atoms. So therefore molecular mass, I can take it as a mm. Molecular mass can be calculated. Molecular mass can be calculated by adding atomic masses of individual atoms. Okay, now let's continue the topic. Now last class we have studied till here, right? Now let us continue the topic, how to calculate or calculation of molecular mass of compound, right? How do you calculate the molecular masses? So write down question. Calculate the molecular mass of following. Calculate the molecular mass of following compounds. Calculate the molecular mass of the following compounds. Let us take one. Start with simple example, H2O 2, ammonia 3, NO2 4, NO 5, P2, P2O3 6, P2O5 7, HCl 8, H2SO4 9, C6H12O6, it is called glucose. 10, C12H22O11, it is called sucrose. 11, let us take H3PO4. 12, it is H2C2O4 2H2O. Okay. Next 13, NaCl 14, Na2SO4 15, HNO3. So therefore here calculate the molecular mass of these molecules or compounds. Now let us start with the simple example H2O. Yeah, so this is we have studied in last class. So anyhow once again do it. Here how to calculate molecular mass of compound. Here say there are 2 hydrogen. So therefore you just write number of hydrogens are 2 into each hydrogen atomic mass is 1. Therefore 2 into 1. This 2 is a number of hydrogen, 1 is atomic mass of 1 hydrogen plus there is 1 oxygen, therefore 1 into each oxygen atomic mass is 16. Then how do you know 16? Because you have studied what is atomic mass and what is the importance of atomic mass, all the things we have studied. So therefore the atomic mass of oxygen is 16. Here 2 into 1 2, 16 into 1 into 16 16. Therefore 16 plus 2 18. Therefore it is 18 AMU, atomic mass unit. Then the atomic mass here molecular mass of water is equals to 18 AMU. Then what is its gram molecular mass? 18 grams. That's it. Similarly, second one, nitrogen. There is one nitrogen, therefore 1 into atomic mass of nitrogen is 14. 1 into 14 plus there are 3 hydrogen, 3 into atomic mass of one hydrogen is 1. Therefore 14 plus 3, it is 17 AMU, atomic mass unit. Then what is gram molecular mass of the ammonia? 18 grams. You just write in grams. Similarly, so you can go on do all example. Nitrogen 14, I'll write directly. There is only one nitrogen, no, 1 into 14, 14 plus here. So there are 2 oxygen, therefore 1 oxygen is 16, 2 into 16. You just calculate here. Nitrogen is 14, 1 oxygen 16. Calculate and write. Next there are 2 phosphorus, 2 into 1 phosphorus is 31 plus oxygen 3 into 16. Calculate. Then here there are 2 phosphorus, 2 into 31 phosphorus. Then there are 5 oxygen, 5 into 16. Right. Now here 1 hydrogen, 1 chlorine. Chlorine is 35.5. It is 36.5. Next here hydrogen. There are 2 hydrogen, 2. Sulfur 32. Oxygen, 1 oxygen 16. There are 4 oxygen, no, 4 oxygen into 16. It is 98. Next here 6, here glucose. There are 6 carbon. 1 carbon is atomic mass is 12. Therefore 6 into 12 plus there are 12 hydrogen, 12 atomic mass. Next 6 here, 6 into each oxygen is 16. Therefore it is 180 AMU. I am not writing AMU, it is nothing but AMU only. Okay. Next here it is 12 carbon into each carbon is 12. 22 oxygen, 11 into 16. Calculate. Next here it is a 3 hydrogen, 3 into 1, nothing but I'll write 3. Phosphorus 31. There are 4 oxygen, no, 1 oxygen 16, 1 oxygen 16, 4 oxygen 64. You get 98. Next here, listen carefully, this is important and it is a different one. Then how to calculate molecular mass of this is a hydrated compound. The meaning of hydrated compound is this compound is associated with 2 water molecules. This compound is associated with 2 water molecule, means combined with 2 water molecule. So therefore this is a hydrated acid. Its name is oxalic acid, but it is a hydrated. There are 2 water molecule. When in case of hydrated molecules, to calculate the molecular mass of the compound, we need to take consideration that there is a water molecule also. Means water molecule mass also be added in molecular mass. Okay. See here 2 hydrogen, no, 2 plus there are 2 carbon. 1 carbon is 12, 2 carbon 24. Next there are 4 oxygen. 1 oxygen 16. So 4 oxygen 64. I am writing directly, students, don't confuse. If you want you can write individually also. I hope you can understand. Next plus there are 2 water molecule here. You know 1 water molecule is 18. So here we have studied, no, 1 water molecule is 18 AMU. But here there are 2 water molecule. So that means 2 into 18, 36. So all together you just calculate. Next, so here NaCl, sodium is 23 plus chlorine is 35.5 is equals to 58.5. Next there are 2 sodium. 2 sodium is 46. 1 sodium 23, 2 sodium 46 plus sulfur 32, oxygen 64. There are 4 oxygen. Next hydrogen is 1. Nitrogen atomic mass is 14, and oxygen, there are 3 oxygen, therefore so 3 oxygen is 3 into 16, right? So therefore you can calculate the atomic masses, molecular masses of any given compound. Take down. Right, I'll give some homework questions. Take some homework questions. Calculate the molecular mass of following compounds. Same question. Calculate the molecular mass of following compounds. Come on, fast. Fa2SO4 twice, Al2SO4 twice, FeCl2, ZnCl2, CuCl 6, FeSO4, NH4SO4, 24H2O, K2SO4, Al2SO4 twice, 6H2O. CuSO4 5H2O, Cr2SO4 twice, last one is MgSO4 2H2O. So calculate the molecular mass of these compounds. Right. Next. Next is electronic configuration. So this is also one of the most important concept to understand the chemistry. Right, so electronic, how to write electronic configuration? First of all, we need to know what is electronic configuration. Let's see first electronic configuration. Right, so what is electronic configuration? What is electronic configuration and how to write the electronic configuration of a given compound. Students, so you might have studied in school level also. In school level also, what is electronic configuration and all? Okay, no, right. So what is electronic configuration? So electronic configuration is nothing but it is the distribution of electron. We know that atom has electron. We have studied atom. You know, atom has spherical in shape, right? Spherical in shape, where electron revolve around the nucleus, you know, continuously. So these, you know, these parts are called orbit, and this is a nucleus. These things, basic things you have studied. That means atom contain electrons. That means electrons are distributed in atom. Then electrons are distributed atom. That means in atom there is a orbital also. That means finally electrons distributed in orbital. So orbitals are the small parts where electron can be distributed. Therefore, now what electronic configuration explains? This electronic configuration explains that how electrons are distributed in orbital. So therefore, the simple definition of electronic configuration is nothing but the distribution of electron in various orbital of an atom is called electronic configuration. So therefore, the more very commonly asking question, as well as many students get confused, what is electronic configuration, what is where electron, how electron distributed and all. Therefore, students remember, electronic configuration is nothing but the distribution of electron, the distribution of electrons in various orbital, not orbit, various orbitals. What is the difference between orbit and orbital? We study later. So therefore, the distribution of electrons in various orbitals of an atom called electronic configuration. So therefore, in electronic configuration, we are going to study how electrons are distributed in various orbitals. Okay, and to write the electronic configuration, we have certain rules. Okay, those rules and all we study in PUC. First PUC only, that's what I don't want to touch here. But now let's see how to write electronic configuration. This is basic thing, right? So to write the electronic configuration, you must know the energy order of various orbital. What is the energy order of various orbital? So before that, how to show the electronic configuration? This usually electronic configuration shown with n is called principal quantum number, that is also we studied in first PUC. L is called azimuthal quantum number, and x is a number of electron. Therefore, electronic configuration should be in this format: n, l, x, where n equal to principal quantum number. So what is principal quantum number? You need not worry about that now, because we are not going to study quantum numbers. Okay, so it is a principal quantum number, and L is a azimuthal quantum number, and x is equals to number of electrons. Therefore, in this format we are going to write electronic configuration. Okay, now therefore, now as I told you, to write electronic configuration you must remember energy order of various orbital. So therefore, energy order of orbitals. So what is the energy order of orbitals? So students, just remember, 1s has lowest energy, next is 2s, next is 3s, 2s, next is 2p, next is 3s, next 3p, next is a 4s, next is 3d. Okay, so this till here is enough, till 3d is enough for our standard 11th standard. Okay, if you want to write energy of energy of all the orbital, we have one more method we used to call Euler diagram. This is we study in first PUC, and here one side I'll write here also, that is Euler diagram. So therefore, based on Euler diagram also, you might have studied even in 10th standard. Euler diagram also you can identify the energy. In Euler diagram, 1s has lowest energy, 2s, 3s, 4s, 5s, 6s, 7s, here next is 2p, 3p, 4p, 5p, 6p, 7p, next 3d, 4d, 5d, 6d, it is a 4f, 5f, 6f. Now here first electron, first electron enters into lowest energy orbital, that is 1s. 1s has least energy, therefore energy 1s is least. Next after 1s, 2s, electron enter into 2s. Next is 2p, next 3s, 2p, 3s. Next is 3p, 3p. Next 4s, 4s. Next 3d, 4p, 5s. Like that you can go on, right? How electrons are, entering into the orbital. How electrons are entering into the orbital. This is mistaken. Okay. So here this is a 6d, no? Right, like this. So therefore now here I am not writing all orbitals here. You just remember only few orbital, that too particularly till I think now it is visible, students. I hope it is visible. Fine. Right. So here now electron first enter into lowest energy orbital. There is a rule. Electron first enters into low energy orbital, then followed by high energy. So therefore you need to remember this rule. Electrons first enters into lower energy orbital, lower energy orbitals, then followed by higher energy, that means so electron always enters low energy. So here now among these orbital, which orbital has low energy? Obviously 1s. That means electron first enters into 1s orbital. Next after 1s orbital, electron enters into 2s. That's what, first electron enters into 1s, then 2s. Next electron enters into 2p, because electron here is 2p. After 2p, 3s, it is 3s. Like that after 3s, electron enters into 3p, it is 3p. After 3p, 4s. Okay, so like that after 4s, 3d. Okay, 3d. After 3d, electron enters into 4p. After 4p, electron enters into 5s, 5s. Here like this you can go on, right, all the orbitals, but we require only till 3d orbitals. Okay, so therefore you need to remember this is one important point. Now let's see electronic configuration of element. Let us take example hydrogen. What is electronic configuration of hydrogen? Hydrogen atom has only one electron. There is only one electron. So therefore, since there is only one electron, that one electron first enters into 1s orbital. Therefore it is 1s1 is the electronic configuration of hydrogen atom. Next is helium, He. Helium has 2 electron. Then there are 2 electron in helium. Those 2 electron enters into which orbital? 1s, because 1s orbital can accommodate 2 electrons, maximum of 2 electron. Therefore here 1s2. Students, here one more important point you need to remember, which orbital can accommodate how many electrons. This is also important. So we know that s orbital is always can accommodate maximum of 2 electron. It does not mean that s orbital is always 2 electron. No, maximum it is 2 electron. That means it may accommodate 1 or it may accommodate maximum is 2. So therefore s orbital can accommodate maximum of 2 electron. p orbital can accommodate maximum of 6 electron. d orbital can accommodate maximum of 10 electron, and f orbital can accommodate maximum of 14 electron. So this is a maximum capacity. So therefore here s orbital can accommodate maximum is 2 electron, but it can accommodate 1 also. Similarly, f orbital can accommodate maximum is 14, but it can accommodate 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, even 12, 13 also, even 14 also maximum. That is the meaning. So therefore, next lithium. Lithium has 3 electron, hydrogen, helium, lithium. So therefore, these 3 electrons can accommodate 1s2, it is a 2s1. After 1s, electron enters into 2s, we have studied, that is energy order. Next is beryllium. Come on, tell me, 4 electrons, therefore it is a 1s2, 2s2. Like similarly, you can write complete 30 elements. Okay, so therefore I'll write here all the elements in a tabular column. Let us write in first column element. Take down, students, important it is element, atomic number, electronic configuration. So element, atomic number, their electronic configurations. Let us take first element is, once again I'll write here hydrogen. Start with hydrogen. Element hydrogen, helium, lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine, neon, sodium, magnesium, right, and aluminium. So atomic numbers, we know that it is 1, it is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Now what are the electronic configurations? Hydrogen, already we have written 1s1, it is 1s2, it is 1s2, 2s1, because there are 3 electron, 2 plus 1, 3. Next it is 1s2, 2s2. Next boron, 1s2, 2s2, 2s2, because s orbital can we write maximum 2 electron. We should not write 2s3, that is wrong. So therefore it is, there are 5 electron, no, 5 electron. Since there are 5 electron, 1s2, 2s2. After 2s, 2p comes, therefore 2p1. So this is written here, no, 1s is first, then 2s, then 2p, then 3s, then 3p, then 4s, then 3d. This, in this order electrons are entered. Next is carbon. So it is a 6 electron, 1s2, 2s2. Then after 2s, electron enters into 2p, that is a 2p2. Next nitrogen, 1s2, 2s2, 2p3, 7 electron. Next oxygen, it is 1s2, 2s2, 2p4. Next fluorine. Fluorine has 9 electrons, no, it is 1s2, 2s2, 2p5. You see, 2 plus 2 plus 5, total 9 electrons. Next neon, 10 electrons. It is 1s2, 2s2, 2p6. 2 plus 2 plus 6. Total 10. Next is sodium 11. 1s2. It is 2s2, 2p6. After 2p6, you see here, electron enters into, after 2p6, electron enters into 3s orbital. Therefore, now we should write 3s1. Next is magnesium, 12 electron. It is 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2. Next here, aluminium, 1s2, 2s2, 2p6. Then, can we write 3s3? No. S orbital can accommodate maximum of only 2 electron. Why 2 electron we study in first PUC, in detail later. That's a big story. Okay, so 3s2 only. Then now still one more electron has to be added, because 2 plus 2 plus 4, 4 plus 6, 10, 10 plus 2, 12. But we should write 13 electron. Now so far we added here only 12 electron. Then one more electron should be added after 3s. After 3s, what is come? 3p. Therefore, now electron enters into 3p1. Next. So this is aluminium. Then after aluminium, what is the element? After aluminium, I'll write remaining elements here. Aluminium. Next is magnesium, phosphorus, sorry, magnesium or no, aluminium, after aluminum silicon, sorry, aluminium, silicon, phosphorus, sulfur, chlorine, right, argon, potassium, calcium. Right. Next, after calcium, there is an element called scandium, titanium, vanadium, chromium, manganese, iron, cobalt, nickel. Okay, I'll write two more elements here: nickel, copper, zinc. Right here, atomic numbers. What are the atomic numbers of these elements? Come on, tell me. Silicon, it is a 14, it is 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, vanadium 23. Next, chromium 24, manganese 25, iron 26, cobalt 27, nickel 28, copper 29, zinc 30. Okay, come on. Now tell me, here till here is over, no? Aluminum over. Next, silicon. Silicon has 14 electrons. Then how to fill all 14 electrons in silicon? So it is very simple. 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, right? 3s2, 3p6. Now see here. Here till how many electrons are what? It is 10 electron here. 10, 18. Now we want 14 or no? Sorry. 2 plus 2, 4. 4 plus 6, 10. 10 plus 2, 12. 12 plus 2, 14. Right? That is a 3p2. 3p1, 3p2. That's it. Next, it is 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p3. Next, 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p4. Next, 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p5. Next, 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2. After 3p5, 3p6. You just add one electron for each element, right? It is 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3s2, 3p6. Then after 3p6, electron enters into 4s. There. So therefore, it is 4s1. Next, it is 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p6, 4s2. Next, 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p6, 4s2. Then after 4s2, electron enters into 3d. So that order you need to remember. 3d. So therefore 3d here, then 3d 1. Right. Now, so therefore here this electronic configuration, you see, from 1s to 3p6, from 1s2 to 3p6, this electronic configuration we take nothing but argon. You see here, argon, same or not? 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p6 till here. Argon is a noble gas, inert gas. So what is noble gas, inert gas? We study later. Therefore, this electronic configuration I will take as a argon. Therefore, so instead of this, instead of complete writing this, can I write in this electronic configuration, the place of electronic configuration, I will write just argon, argon. Okay, this whole electronic configuration comes here. Argon, come on. Next is what? 4s2, 3d1. Therefore, scandium electronic configuration is what? Argon, 4s2, 3d1. Next, titanium. It is argon, 4s2, 3d2. Next, vanadium. You just write argon, 4s2 as it is, 3d2 no. Electron enters into 3d orbital. So therefore 3d3. But here chromium has different electronic configuration. Now what chromium supposed to be? It's supposed to be argon as it is 4s2 3d3. But it's supposed to be 4s2 3d3. Right? 3d3 it becomes 3d4. This has to become. But what happened? No, one electron from s orbital enter into d orbital, it become d5, it become s1. So therefore it is a 4s1 3d5. This is the correct electronic configuration of chromium. So this is called anomalous electronic configuration. Chromium has anomalous electronic configuration. Anomalous electronic configuration. So this is due to half filled here. This d orbital is half filled. The meaning of half filled is, d orbital can accommodate maximum 10 electron. In 10 electron, half is nothing but d5. Therefore, when d orbital carry half filled or completely filled, those are most stable. Therefore, here 3d5, 3d10 electronic configurations are most stable. Because of stability, so one electron enters here, it become 3d5. Important, even it is important for board exam, CET, even NEET exams, etc. Very much important. Next, other things are same. Then it is argon, 4s2, it is 3d5. Next, it is argon, 4s2, 3d6. Next, it is argon, 4s2, 3d7. Next, it is argon, 4s2, 3d8. Next, copper and zinc. So what is the electronic configuration of copper zinc? I'll write here copper, atomic number 29, it is atomic number is 30. Then you see here, it is a 4s2 3d8, right? 4s2 3d8. After 3d8, it has to come 3d9, but not 3d9. It is a it's supposed to be 4s2 3d9, right? It is not 4s2 3d9 actually, because one electron from s orbital enters into d orbital, it become d10 and this become d1. It is also anomalous electronic configuration. Why anomalous electronic configuration of chromium and copper? The reason is d5 d10. d5 is a half filled, d10 is a completely filled or full filled. So these two 5, d5 d10 are highly stable. So because of stability, one electron enters there, one electron enters there. So here last one is, it is as it is 4s2 3d10. This is the electronic configuration of all elements 1 to 30 elements. Okay, now let us say electronic configuration of ions. Now we can also write electronic configuration of ions. Then how to write the electronic configuration of given ions? I'll write some example, some homework I'll give it. So let's say electronic configuration of ion. Electronic configuration of ions. Like for example, let us take sodium Na plus and Cl minus, comma F minus Mg plus 2. Write the electronic configuration of these ions. Then how to write the electronic configuration? How to write electronic configuration of these ions? Let us take first example is Na plus. Now I want to write the electronic configuration of Na plus. Students, if you want to write Na plus electronic configuration, it is must that you need to identify how many electrons are there. You know, sodium, we know that sodium has 11 electron. Atomic number is 11. Neutral atom sodium has 11 electron. So sodium has 11 electron, but sodium plus, it means it lost 1 electron. Since sodium lost 1 electron, it become only 10 electron. That means sodium plus has 10 electron. Therefore, its electronic configuration 1s2, 2s2, 2p6. 10 electron. Next is second example, Cl minus ion. So Cl minus ion, we should know that Cl first. Chlorine. Chlorine has how many electron? There are 17 here. See, chlorine has 17 electron. Chlorine has 17 electron, but there is a negative charge. This negative charge indicates that it is the addition of 1 electron. 1 electron is added. Therefore, initially 17 plus 1. 17 plus 1, it becomes 18 electron. Therefore, you just write electronic configuration of 18 electron. So 18 electron electronic configuration nothing but this argon. 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p6. The same thing right here. 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p6. Therefore, it is 4, 10, 12, 18. Next, third one is F minus, fluorine minus. You know that fluorine has 9 electron. Atomic number is 9. Fluorine has 9 electron, but there is a negative charge. So this negative charge indicates that there is a addition of 1 electron. Therefore, 9 plus 1, 10 electron. So 10 electron electronic configuration is same electronic configuration right here. Next, fourth one is Mg plus 2. Mg plus 2. You know Mg, magnesium atomic number is 12. This is we know. That means magnesium has 12 electron. Magnesium has 12 electron, but there is a plus 2 charge. So plus 2 indicate loss of 2 electron. It is a loss of 2 electron. Therefore, so it is 12 minus 2. It become again 10 electron. So 10 electron, same electronic configuration, 1s2, 2s2, 2p6. Then fifth one, take one more example is O minus 2. O minus 2. We know oxygen has 8 electron. Atomic number of oxygen is 8. There are 8 electron. And 8, it is minus 2 is there. It means add 2 electron. So 8 minus 2, again 10 electron. The same electronic configuration right here. So like that you can write the electronic configuration of ions. So therefore, to write the electronic configuration of ions, we need to calculate first number of electrons. Calculate the number of electrons in ion, then you write the electronic configuration. So this is how we can write electronic configuration of atoms as well as ions.